That's just like... That's meant to come in.
The Convicts started with the idea of fielding a competitive team to the London Bingham Cup, fundamentally a gay team, and there was a core group of guys who really had that as a focus.
We're a rugby club first and foremost. It just so happens to be a bunch of gay men.
You don't have to be gay to play for the team, but you can just be yourself. Most rugby teams, if you're gay, you don't tell anybody because it's just not accepted, because you shower together and you play together and they put 2 and 2 together and get 5 but thinking they've got 4 sort of thing.
It's really just a big bunch of mates that have got something in common, that are enjoying themselves together, and we happen to be gay as well.
Different people come for different motivations. Some of the guys want to meet other guys. You also have those guys who just want to play as well. There's a lot of those. Those guys who just want a new challenge. They've never played, or they've played 10 years ago. I think the machismo of the game appeals to some people as well.
The interest is fantastic. I think rugby is a bit more of an all-embracing sport. It's an international sport. It has a far broader outlook on the world than a lot of sports. I don't think you'd ever get an openly gay team out in league or AFL, maybe not this decade.
It's a very taboo subject in sport, especially football.
I think initially when we first started playing, we had certainly more sensitivity about it than most of the clubs that we played against. It's become quite well known now in our comp and that we're a gay team. It doesn't seem to worry the bulk of those clubs at all.
I think that a lot of people are a bit more open-minded, a bit more able to see beyond the stereotypes that exist and are able to embrace some change, which is really what is happening. People are accepting people a lot more for who they are rather than what the stigma that's attached to them is for being gay or being black or being whatever. It just happens that there's a bunch of people that want to play rugby and be out at the same time.
The Convicts are a mini club within a bigger club of colleagues. We couldn't survive without colleagues because they provide the infrastructure.
They've been really great support. Colleagues have been absolutely fantastic for us. They've got a certain affinity to us, even if their sexuality is not the same as ours or the bulk of our team. They're such an inclusive club. They really work hard to make sure we're happy, and it certainly makes us want to work hard to make sure they're happy with us as well.
You got to remember that when you're playing rugby, it's a hyper-masculine arena, and that's the reason why the Convicts are so fantastic, because it provides an outlet for people to be gay men in a club environment and not have to shield that or be closeted.
Rugby itself is kind of an interesting sport because I think it's much stronger for bonding, and I think it's the intensity, the sheer physicality of it. It creates much stronger bonds than other team sports. And you have old guys coming back here, sitting on the sidelines cheering, who played 30, 40 years ago. It has that sort of intensity. It's quite amazing. It's great to see.
The important part of it is the social scene. You don't actually just play rugby. You don't just come down here on a Thursday, train, and then play on a Saturday. You have social events, and there's other things organised like the Trivial Nights, and it gets everyone together to stay together as well.
To sum up the Convicts, it's really difficult. There's so many emotions involved. I mean, there's exhilaration, there's been disappointment, there's just everything. I think at the end of the day, it's an amazingly supportive network of guys, and the thing that's very unique is that, when you support each other on the field and you're there for each other, that kind of naturally overflows into friendships, and I find that very unique in the gay world. Obviously playing rugby and everything is brilliant, but it's those kind of bonds you make with other mates. That's, to me, one of the most unique and brilliant things about being a convict.